G'day, footy lovers and Collingwood supporters. Alrighty, round 2 is over, and what a week of failed comebacks that was.
Yeah.
Every fucking team will get to the fourth quarter, and then decide, you know what, we're going to start to play. Well, it's too fucking late. Talking to you, Geelong. Speaking of which, Geelong versus Carlton. When did my team become so shit?
Premiership hangover, it happens.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Look, obviously, we've got no fucking key defenders. Most of our midfielders are fucked. The too old, too slow thing is starting to make sense, but I got a premiership last year. Not much I can really complain about in that department, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
But Carlton, well done. You played some fucking good footy. Obviously, Charlie Curnow, 5 goals.
Had a really good showing.
He very nearly got player of the match, but in that last quarter, it was Jeremy Cameron.
Yeah.
Come on, mate. He is a fucking gun.
Second highest disposals.
Most goals, 6 goals. That's just fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Well done, Jeremy Cameron. You nearly fucking lifted up your dog shit team, but it is what it is.
Fair. So what was it? 8 points in the end? Carlton one way?
Yeah. But, you know. I still can't sleep. What was next? Yes. The second power outage of the week. Brisbane versus Melbourne. Look, Brisbane was smashing them.
Yep. 40 points.
Yeah. I feel like that power outage gave Melbourne the time to get fit, get a strategy.
Yep.
But I feel like even if they had won, it wouldn't have been a victory.
Yeah. It was funny though.
It was funny.
I enjoyed watching it.
It was very entertaining, it was. But if they had have won, my God, would there have fucking been some controversy over that.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Holy shit. But no, well done, Brisbane. You proved me wrong after last week.
Yep.
Obviously, I tipped Melbourne to beat you by like 50 points or something.
Jesus, did you?
Yeah, I was a bit off.
Oh, God.
Shit.
Yeah. I picked Melbourne as well, so. Got fucked there. Yeah, it was good. It was kind of entertaining though. You know, there's some pretty good players. Like, obviously, Gawn got injured like 6 minutes into the game as well. So that was kind of like, Jesus, they were fucked.
Well, not really. You lose the best ruckman in the competition. Who's going to replace him? The second best ruckman in the competition.
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's what Gawn does for the team. He's their captain. He just goes around the ground dominating, as we saw last week with my team. So,
That's very true. That is very true.
Oh, well, I don't know how long he's going to be out for. It looked like, I think, a knee injury or something. So hopefully he's all good, kind of.
But as far as replacements go,
yeah,
I mean,
probably one of the better replacements for sure. Yeah.
What was the next game?
Get up on your phone.
I think it was
Collingwood, Port Adelaide.
The
second power outage of the.
Yeah, the second power outage of the week.
71 points.
I tipped Port Adelaide to fucking win that game.
Silly.
I just for once in my life, I didn't rip on Port Adelaide. I didn't call them drug addicts. I didn't fucking hate them. I actually put my faith in them, and look what they fucking go and do. Fuck you, Port Adelaide, you useless cunts.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, it's very hard for me to not pick Collingwood this year. I think they're the flag favourites. I've said it since the start. Nick Dacos could easily be the Brownlow medalist. The way he's playing, 2 goals, 32 disposals. Fucking ridiculous player.
He was player of the match.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Easily. Like, he's so bloody good. Some of his goals, they just look so straight as well. Like, he's on the run. Boom, it's like a laser beam. So, yeah.
He's on the way to a Brownlow the way he's playing.
I reckon.
It'll come to him.
If he doesn't get it this year, then...
It'll be next year.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely coming.
He's so good. Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because the less medals in Collingwood's hands, the better.
Hey, I like Collingwood now. You know, they don't have Eddie Maguire. Their kind of attitude's different. You know, I like it. I like watching them play.
Yes, but have you seen the fan base at the moment?
Yeah, well, the fan base, you know, I don't really care about the fan base. Tyler is a Collingwood supporter, and he frequents on this channel sometimes, and, you know, so...
Yes, well...
He's a lovely guy.
I'm going to make fun of him. But no, I don't like Collingwood supporters. I've always hated them. But there's an arrogance about them this year that I've never seen before. They're really pissing me off. They're worse than Richmond supporters.
Yeah, I don't really care. As long as they keep playing their awesome, fun entertaining footy, then I'm happy with that.
I guess. Alrighty, what game was next? Let's have a quick look. Yes, that was Richmond versus Adelaide. Another failed comeback.
Yep. They got within 1 point.
Imagine that. Imagine your team does this massive comeback, only for that comeback to just go to hell again.
Yep.
That is such an Adelaide thing to do.
Tyron's moulding somewhere.
Rory led to go.
Oh, yeah. 39 disposals he got this week. He had a pretty poor showing first week. But fuck, he was really good this week. I think he was probably the player of the match, even though his team lost.
No doubt the umpires would give him maybe 1 point for it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And you won't get the Australian.
Yeah.
Rory led. You know, he's cursed.
Poor bastard.
But yeah, Dustin Martin possibly injured.
Yeah.
Not sure what the goal is there, though, to be honest.
Could have just been maybe a resting strategy because he wasn't playing the best and they decided, we'll just switch him off because they can do that now. But yeah, I don't know. Not sure.
That's very true. Taranto and Hopper went off.
They did.
They were the top two Richmond players that day.
Yep.
My player of the match actually goes to Hopper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Got the one goal. I think it was 28 or 29 disposals.
But his efficiency,
Yeah.
it was like 86%. Like, it was fucking unreal.
Jesus.
Whereas Rory Laird's was like maybe 60%.
Yeah. That's fair. What about Samson Ryan, though? I think it was his second game. He kicked 3 goals for the Richmond Tigers. I was like, Jesus, that's Tom Lynch level. And Tom Lynch scored 3 goals as well. So not bad from a second gamer at all.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. For Tom Lynch, actually kicking goal, that's amazing.
Yeah.
There's not much to really cover it. We tipped it, and the score went pretty much the way we expected. I think my margin for last week was 35, and the game was 32.
Yeah. There was that scare, though.
There was that scare, but it went back to where we all expected it.
Yeah.
But there was a slight glimmer of hope for Adelaide.
Which is?
They actually had a comeback.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Now, the next game, as a doggy supporter, I want to let you cover this one.
Oh my god. Alright, so I'll probably never pick the Dogs again this year because that was disgusting. We lost to a very, very undermanned Saints team. 13 injuries on the board. I think Jack Steele also broke his collarbone. So the fact that we lost by, 51 points or something like that, fuck me dead. There is something going on at the Bulldog camp. I think Bevo's lost the players. I think they just don't want to play for him anymore. The fans fucking hate him. Like, my favorite part of watching a Dogs team, Dogs loss, is going onto like Instagram, Facebook, Big Footy, all that kind of shit, Reddit, and just watching, just reading all the Dogs, the salty Dog supporters just going, Bevo out, hashtag Bevo out, Bevo gone, bye Bevo, shit like that. So I've been on that camp for like 2-3 years now. So yeah, I think the Dogs, we look fucked this year. We're 17th on the ladder, which is something I never thought, at the start of the year I had us at 7th. I thought we were going to make it into the finals. I know there's only 2 games out of the 23 or whatever. It looks rough. Jesus Christ, how the fuck do we lose? Like, I just don't get it. Bontempelli was basically our only good player. He looked like he was the only one fucking trying. Yeah, Saints just destroyed us. Like, Jack Steele fucking dominated us, 29 disposals. Yeah, like, what is it, Mateus Philippou again, like I said last week, fuck, he got like 2 or 3 goals against us. The young kids are standing up for Saints, and while all their injured players are just gone, like, I reckon Saints are going to look really good. I don't know how they're going to look without Jack Steele next week or the week after that. I don't know how long collarbone injuries last, but...
St Kilda are saying 4 weeks.
Yeah.
For a player like Jack Steele, I think they should push it to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Last thing they want is to re-injure it.
True.
Which is really unfortunate for St Kilda. It's such a St Kilda thing, isn't it? They were starting to look good.
Yep.
Starting to come back to it. Star player gets injured in like fucking second round. That is such a St Kilda thing.
Oh, those poor bastards, man. Like, I know we just got smashed by them, but you got to feel for Saints. Their captain, star players down. Max King's still out. Membry's still out. Fucking, I don't even know. There's still a shitload of players. Billings. They're on the second on the ladder, man. Like, and this happens. It's like, fuck. They're just gonna, I don't know. You got to feel for them.
It'll be an interesting showing versus Essendon next week.
Oh, that's what, 2nd versus 3rd, I think. So
we'll get to those tips in our next video.
True.
What was the next game? I think it was North versus Freo.
I think it was.
Yep.
Fuck.
On your North.
On your North.
I tipped Fremantle, but I don't give a shit.
Me
Fucking
too.
go North Melbourne. That was fucking funny as.
Yep.
Was it deliberate though?
See, I kind of agree with the umpires where the siren rang before the ball bounced over the line, I think, or at least before they made the call. So, you know, I'm a little bit biased towards North, you know, because they've been on the bottom for so long and you want them to finally get a win. So, beating Freo in Freo with a performance like that. So, I don't know. I'm with North on this one.
My logic is, say this is the goal square. If a ball can like get kicked from out of the 50 and then bounce here, siren goes, and then bounce into the goals, that still counts as a goal.
True.
If that's allowed, the deliberate should be allowed.
That's fair.
I don't want Fremantle to win, because I hate Fremantle, obviously.
Yeah.
But I agree with Fremantle supporters.
Fair.
I feel like they were robbed.
And your tips, man, your tips.
Yeah, I tipped them, but that's not important. I feel like in this case, the AFL was kind of just like, just let them have
Just
this.
let North have this.
Let them have it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what happened in that circumstance, which is bullshit. That shouldn't be in the Aussie rules football.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it's happened now. Not much we can do about it. I hate Fremantle fans, so, you know, suck shit, but yous are right.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next game. Hawthorn versus Sydney. I tipped them by 50 points. You tipped them by 60 points. We were both like 40 off.
Oh, yeah.
We got the thrashing correctly,
Yeah.
but we didn't realise how much of a thrashing that was going to be.
81 points. They've got a percentage of like 230 something, top of the ladder. They are on a tear after that grand final loss. Obviously, they're against two of the probably the worst teams in the competition. So you can't really, but
It was predictable. The game went pretty much the way we all expected it to go.
yeah.
Which is good, because I fucking hate Hawthorn. So I was there at work just watching it on my phone and like, hell yeah. A lot of good players were playing. One thing that I found weird from that game was Chad Warner. He actually played a bad game.
Really?
Yeah, he was useless.
Yeah.
Didn't do a thing. Didn't have to do a thing. He's a defender,
True.
but he didn't do much.
I think it was Callum Mills, their
He
captain,
was.
who got
Yep.
2 goals. Don't know how many disposals, but he topped the disposals as well. Fucking dominant performance by him.
Definitely player of the match. He played a good game.
Yeah.
I think it was Rowbottom had 5 goals.
Rowbottom got 5 goals.
I think it was Rowbottom.
Oh,
I'll double check that.
holy shit.
No, I remember it was Logan McDonald.
Oh, Logan
Sorry.
McDonald. Fuck, that's a good outing for him.
But there was another player, which I found very interesting. One of their very, very young players. What's his name? Joel Amatari. He got 4 goals.
Oh, wow.
He got like the first 4 goals in the game, I swear to God.
Good old Amati. I'm pretty sure he got injured as well, so that kind of sucks again for the Sydney Swans, but
Yeah, good on him though.
good showing.
Yeah.
Good showing, for sure.
Not much to cover on it. Hawthorn got smashed.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the next game?
I didn't even watch it. I was asleep. I was asleep for pretty much all these Sunday games.
The next game was Essendon versus Gold Coast.
You take the reins of this one, sir.
Alrighty, so for the first 3 quarters of it, you know what? Very close game. I thought it was going to be an Essendon smashing. I tipped Essendon by like 50 fucking points.
Yeah, you did.
And for the most part, they didn't prove me wrong in that last quarter. They won, I think it was like a 28-point win at the end of the game.
Yeah.
A little bit off, but about the way I expected it, because obviously my two big calls for the season was the crash and burn of Gold Coast and the rise of Essendon, and that game proves that.
True.
And last week as well. I think I've done well with those 2 big calls, and I'm very, very proud of that. But yeah, Gold Coast, mate, you've gone to shit. You had faith last season, but I didn't see it, and I've called it. You're going to crash and burn to 17th on the ladder. Congratulations.
Going to take our spot. Essendon's doing the odd year thing again, where they go shit last year and then they go good this year, and it's like, what the fuck?
They do it. They do it every fucking time. So next year they'll be bottom of the ladder.
Yeah, for sure.
Wouldn't surprise us.
Yeah.
But no, well done. There were some decent players on it.
I know Parrish had a good game.
Dusty Parrish finally had a good game after his great 2021 season and then his fucking useless 2022 season.
Exactly. So it's kind of like I know Will Setterfield had a really good game as well. He had like fucking 9 tackles or some shit, a couple of goals maybe. Fuck. So, good showing. Merit.
For Gold Coast, though, Matthew Rao. He was the best player.
Matty Rao.
Yeah, he played a fucking great game. For the most part of those first 3 quarters, he was honestly the best player on the ground.
Jesus.
Only in that last quarter did they drop off.
Yeah. Weren't they winning for... How long were they winning for, Gold Coast? Was it like first 2 quarters?
No. Like, it was one of those games where it's like every 5 minutes, just lead changes. And, it was actually not bad.
Not a boring game.
But for some of it, the third quarter, I think Gold Coast were probably doing the better job of it.
Yeah.
But obviously Essendon steamrolled him in the end, and then there's West Coast versus GWS.
Yeah.
You tipped it.
I tipped it, and I'm pretty sure West Coast was in front the entire game, pretty much. So feels good, man. Feels good. Yeah.
Disappointed, GWS. You're making me look like an idiot here. How did you beat Adelaide and lose to West Coast?
It's probably because they were so exhausted from that fucking ridiculous game, and then they had to literally travel to Perth. Like,
that makes sense. That does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, Jake Waterman had 4 goals. Tim Kelly had a really good game. I know Sam Petrovsky-Seaton had a really good first game for the West Coast Eagles.
Canelio played decent. Obviously, Toby Green had his 4 goals.
As usual.
It's Toby Green.
Yeah.
Might actually be on his way to a Coleman. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. I think there's still a couple of players ahead of him, but...
Well, it's 3-2, and he's like on 8 goals now.
Yeah.
It's fair effort.
Not bad.
Obviously, Jeremy Cameron's probably around that same mark, and Kerno's probably up to fucking 500 now. What about Nick Larkey?
He'd be up there. I think he might even be leading it. He got 4 goals this week, 6 goals last week, so he's on 10.
Fucking hell.
So he could potentially be leading it, actually.
Ooh, the underdog Golden
Yeah.
If Nick Larkey wins it, fucking good on him. I'd like to see that. Actually, I'm going for Nick Larkey.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, look, honestly, it was just a week of failed comebacks.
I reckon.
A team would get into a massive lead in the third quarter. The other team lead fourth quarter, but not get it there.
Yeah.
Except Port Adelaide.
And my team sucked.
True.
I think it was halftime for us where we kind of fought back a little bit, but then, yeah. All right, well, who would be your favourite team and player of the week?
Oh, that's a good question. My favourite team for the week is obviously Sydney because I hate Hawthorn, and it's always good for me to watch Hawthorn get destroyed like that.
Yeah.
But if we have to say what team was the most impressive,
yeah,
it was Collingwood.
Yeah, for
absolutely.
Sure. 100%.
Absolutely Collingwood.
Collingwood, man, they're doing it. They're doing it like we said. So yeah, mine would be Collingwood as well for the team. What about player though?
Player. Nick Dacos is up there. He is.
Yeah.
But I've got to give it to Jeremy Cameron.
That's fair enough.
Not being biased, but what that man did in that last quarter and pretty much that entire game was just unreal.
True. He was performing incredible. And he was like, he looked injured as fuck. Like he was bashing into the ball, fucking destroying his own body, and he was still getting goal after goal. So incredible performance by him. Nick Dacos would probably be my second pick, but I think I'm going to go Jeremy Cameron. Even in a losing effort, I think that was ridiculous.
He was a one-man team, honestly.
He kept them in the game.
No, that was a very, very impressive outing for Jeremy Cameron.
Yeah.
Pity his team let him down, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So your team, so you'll go for it. It's Collingwood.
Collingwood, Jeremy Cameron.
Jeremy Cameron, yeah. Pretty much it. Not much else to say it.
Not much else, yeah.
Obviously, well done to North for their win.
Well done.
North Melbourne, but yeah, Collingwood. I expected a close game, and obviously they proved me wrong.
They're just too good, man. They're just so fucking good this year and last year.
They are. They truly are.
Yeah.
That about sums up our review for round 2.
Yep.
Please stay tuned for our round 3 tips. Please like, subscribe, and go fuck yourself and fuck Collingwood.
Fuck yourself.